In our last session, we revisited the group getting up from a nice, finally peaceful night's rest at the 12 Factals Inn. This is where Alara, Fira, Rosa, and Adam rise up in the morning, finding that things are all right once more. This has been a long, eventful day overall. They've come to a conclusion of sorts for the time being with the investigation of disappeared primes. They have gotten a new furry friend who they've settled in, who's currently with Verity and Hayes. Arya has been put back in the stables. And Rosa and Alara even enjoy a bit of bonding time in the baths. Fira continues to find this whole place strange, sticking around with Balasar and his usual abrasive self. While Rosa seems to panic quite over the top when she's given attention by a man at the baths. Alara finds this amusing. It's only in the morning that Rosa discusses with Alara about the nature of the man she had seen from her past, a kidnapper, it would seem, with interests on her teacher, though currently not seeming to do anything illegal. Hayes cooks gopher pie over the night as Verity consults the documents and tries to rethink over the case and as to what he will try and present to Factal Sarin the next day. There's plenty to consider the next morning. The group has quite a few dilemmas on their hands, even more questions than before. And with the last batch of prisoners to cross-reference to the governor's last appearance, it might seem they might put the final nail in this investigation. And we will start with the group at the 12 Factals.
Yay.
Okay, Alara and Rose.
Mm-hmm.
The strange man who calls himself Nazarkul has left you all to your own devices for the time being. What do you wish to do? It's Fira and Adam have presumably taken off to the baths.
Have Alara finished eating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rose is going to say to Alara, I want to talk a bit more about this, but I don't think we should talk over here.
No.
Also, do you think the guys are already done with their bath?
I have no idea. Chances are they might come over here, especially since Fira has already eaten. She probably wants Balasar to eat something as well. Sorry, Adam. I mean Adam. But before that, I think I have to send a message to Tia, because I really don't know where they are. They probably had a good night's rest.
Okay, Rose nods. Wait, by the way, Michael.
Yes?
Nas did not say who exactly his informant there is, right?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
When Nas talked about he has his ways of getting information from the inn, he didn't say who his informant is, right?
No,
he just
did not.
gestured at the... Okay, all right.
Though I think he did mention something about how to contact him if you need him. Yeah, he says he has another contact in this building.
Yeah, in contact. All right. Okay.
So I'm just gonna send a quick message to Tia. Same thing as I sent last time, I think. Which was, I can't remember. Pretty much. Where are you now? And we will go get you.
All right. Tia's response comes back with a snap.
Cool.
Failed to make contact with you last night. Bunkered down in the sword and buckler of the lower ward. Place frequented by sellswords. Many rumors to be had.
Buckler.
Trying to be friendly. That's all.
Okay, brilliant. I look at Rosa and I go, is it at this place called the Sword and Buckler in the lower ward? So my suggestion is we meet them up there first, after we figure out where Adam and Fira are.
That will be good.
Can we look for Adam and Fira in the bath?
Okay, we'll move on to Adam and Fira.
Okay.
All right. Fira follows. Adam, you bring Fira to the area with the baths, where there's like pools of steaming water, pristine despite the fact that people are dipping and wading and swimming around in it, and chuckling and having a drink all about drink out of glasses and treating it as a general little party.
Okay.
Almost like a mingling back in Turokmal, except there's very little physical contact going on. It's a lot softer.
And a lot of water.
Yes. Fira is currently looking over at all the assorted people there, and including those that aren't really wearing anything in terms of clothing. She turns to you. Is this a mingling?
It's similar, except there's water involved and not as much touching, which I can learn to appreciate. So, you wanna get in?
So is this where people touch themselves?
Yes, this is where people touch themselves. So you can go in without your clothes on, or with them on. That's up to you. But
Fira's eyes narrow. You first.
fair enough. I start stripping.
Okay. Adam starts stripping there. And like a few pairs of eyes turn glancing your direction. And Fira promptly just stands in front of you, blocking the direct line of sight.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. So after I go.
Not all the gazers are female.
Okay. It's fair enough. After I go full commando, I kind of look at Fira and I'm like, all right. So after you're done, you kind of just, I think you just put your clothes in a pile here, and then we just jump right in. So again, if you don't want to take your clothes off, they're just gonna be wet. So that's up to you if you want to deal with it.
Fira looks over you and seems to. Has Adam taken any serious injuries lately?
Lately, no.
Yes.
Past injuries, yeah, he has a couple of scars here and there on his body.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Turukmal. It's too big.
Fira glances over you to make sure that doesn't look like you've picked up anything or like over the recent days. She nods and begins to strip as well, but she does so in a more methodical fashion.
All right.
Like a huntress she is, she takes good care of her equipment.
All right. Give me a second, yeah? I'm pretty sure I had something for this. No? Ah, damn. Okay, no. Nope, I don't. Okay, never mind. Continue, sorry.
So what next?
All right, so we get in the water slowly and we touch ourselves is usually how this goes. This is, again, this is not normal, but this is what they do here, so we should try to do it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I start walking towards.
And looks at Ed and speaks to you. He's like, why is everyone staring? Like, there's water, there's people, and this can't be the first time of everyone.
Fira, I don't know if you've noticed, You have quite the physique, and I'm pretty sure it's not me. So
Okay, compared to you, Adam, Adam, you look like pretty much like the pretty boy. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Fira looks like she's like crawled through brambles, being dragged along by a horse and rope, and like tumbled over and gotten fisticuffs, and landed in a battle at the bottom of the hill.
Uh-huh. So compared to me, it's like I'm the one with almost flawless skin, and she's the tattered one.
Yes, pretty much.
Pretty much. All right. So
she's also pretty flat as things go.
Yep, I know that. So I said that I inside the water. I just go. I'm pretty sure it's you. It can't be me. I'm pretty sure it's you, Fira. So maybe
there's a whistle from one of the other onlookers who appears to be a dwarf or some kind. Like, damn girl, your boy do all that? She glances at Adam and says, sometimes I wish.
I wide eye Fira.
The dwarf gives her a thumbs up and continues with his own business.
The fucking dwarf! This piece of shit dwarf! Oh. Alright. So yeah, I can't remember. Can someone remind me? Did Alara pass me any soap?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I take the soap and then alright, Fira, we're going to phase 2, part 2 of this. Alright, you take some of this. You bubble it or lather it in
Adam,
your
I think
hand.
there's something in the water. I felt something.
I put my head in the water. What do I see?
Well, like, there seems to be an undercurrent of some kind, which is strange given that the pool seems to be stationary in nature. But you suppose there might be magic at work as well, given how clean it is.
Okay. But I don't see any like beings of any kind like trying to cop a feel, right?
Perception, and this is very, very difficult.
Oh shit. There's no way. I have shit perception.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Yeah, I was guessing it's either going to be a natural 20 or something below 5. So yeah.
I put my head up and I go, well, there doesn't seem to be anything there, but if it makes you feel better, we can have a walk in the water.
All right. I still think this is very strange.
It is.
She like waves her arm around the water. It's like, why isn't it turning black or anything?
There's some magic inside the water that keeps it clean. Can I do an Arcana check for what kind of magic?
You'll require detect magic on to be able to tell.
All right. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I'm like, it's probably some magic that's going on in these baths. But anyway, again, on to phase 2. Soap.
Yes.
Lather. I put up my 2 hands.
Yes.
Soap, lather, and I rub them together.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then I rub it on my upper body that's like still like above the water, and I'm like, and then you just touch yourself like this, and I make like a over exaggerated touching myself motion, rubbing the soap all over.
A woman who is conversing with her friends looks over at your direction. You can see that, well, from her skin, she seems to be of a similar nature to that of Alara, but she just frowns slightly. Are you going to narrate every single thing you do?
Yes, lady. And if it's disturbing you, I shall step away.
Wait. Is this your first time?
You could say that, yes. We don't usually take baths where we come from. I know it is a custom of yours, but it is not one that we adhere to.
She blinks a little bit and Her skin seems slightly moist as well, and she shakes her head. Well, let me know if you need any help, just so that it doesn't get stranger around here.
Will do, Miss. Thank you. That's very kind of you. All right. So, shall we continue? And then usually, usually it's
then
like
there's strange white things coming out from it.
yes, that's supposed to happen, Fira. See, now you rub that on your body, and because I don't have as good a reach, you might want to rub my back, because you know I
She
can't.
takes the soap from you and starts rubbing your back, like. This is
That's the spot.
She stops when you say that and like examines the soap again, poking it and sniffing at it. Then she puts it back and feeling slightly confused.
All right. Okay. All right. Enough messing around, Fira. Turn around. It's my turn.
Okay, she gives you back the soap.
All right. It's time. I'm going to soap her back and give her a nice back rub, I guess. Yes, that is what I'm doing.
Okay, let me try and find something. Give me a moment.
What was the... What?
Music.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I give her a good back rub while I soap her back.
No, this isn't bad at all.
Right? Feels good, right? Just get in there with like the balls of my palm. Like really dig in there, you know. Kind of work the thumbs a little bit. Give the shoulders a nice little love tap with the fingers, a little squeeze here and there.
This is when Rosa and Alara return to the baths. Presumably looking for you all.
Okay.
Or
Do we see?
What do we see? First of all, are we allowed to be in the baths in like full regalia? Like
yes.
Okay.
They don't care about people coming in naked, so why would they care about people coming in full regalia? Weapons and weapons are a whole other different deal, but none of you are so equipped. You see Fira sort of relaxing a bit more in the pool with Adam giving her a scrub.
Okay, I'm sure it does not look as sexual as how he talks about the ball of his butt and the stuff. Okay, Rose is going to go. You and she's going to go
Fira
behind Alara. You talk.
Rosa said, "Hello."
Yeah.
Adam is quite good with his hands.
Yeah, that's good, Fira. She's already behind Alara, not looking at anything.
Okay, the pool is like a typical pool, right? So if I wanted to speak face to face with them, I have to like bend down a little bit.
If you more like you have to crawl down if you want to. It's quite deep actually.
Oh, okay. So I'll just crouch down. Have you been scrubbing for long? Because I'll give you maybe another 10 minutes. Adam, you should probably get some breakfast as well, unless you want to get breakfast on the go.
I'll probably grab like a piece of bread or something on the way out. It's all right. We have a lot to do today, yeah?
Kind of. How do you like your first bath?
It's actually pretty nice, surprisingly.
Well,
Must feel weird for Fira, but I've known about baths since.
I look at Fira with that face of.
It's like rain, except the rain is warm and
There you
doesn't
go.
have blood in it.
There you go.
Glad.
First-hand experience.
I'm glad you like it. How long would you like to stay here? We'll wait for you upstairs.
Are we supposed to finish the soap?
No, not at
Yeah,
all.
there's just
You
really
can actually use
there's
it
a lot.
for later. The soap is just to make you extra clean and smell nice.
Oh, Adam, do you think Balasar would like this?
Maybe. Well, he is fire incarnate. So
It would be good to douse him a bit. Rose is from behind Alara.
Like the small voice comes from the back. Ah. Okay.
would you like him to experience this right now, or perhaps
His hands aren't as well. His hands are pretty scratchy though.
I
Yeah.
smirk.
I don't think he could do this. And then I massage. Yes. So I think since they're here, we should probably just finish up, yeah?
All right.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
Never mind. We will go on our merry way out.
All right. We'll
Okay,
wait for you upstairs at the counter concierge thing.
Sure, no problem. We'll be right
There's
out.
no concierge, so I guess you just wait at the entrance.
Yeah, that thing.
Did we leave anything in the room?
I think we took all our stuff, yeah?
I assume you go and pick your stuff.
Sure.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll move to Verity and Hayes.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait. Verity's not in helmet, so no need the tin can for now. Verity pats Hayes on the head. Good morning, Hayes.
Hayes wakes up slowly.
You hear the sound of prayer. Oh, actually, the ladies' ward has temples.
It makes
The ladies'
sense.
ward has temples. So there's the temple of Io. There's the temple of well, it's not surprising to hear prayers, as they presumably go on a volume battle of their own.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunate.
It's
All
from my
three at the
side, I
same
think.
time.
Yeah, I can't control the
But that's
thingy.
fine. It adds atmosphere. Okay, Hayes and Verity, here's your chance to converse.
So
Hayes wakes up.
I will be going to the city barracks and meet up with Aram and then Factosarin to give him the documents. I think you could meet up with the group.
You wish to meet with the factos without their interference.
I would prefer so.
Very well. This one will meet them at their,
Yes,
the 12
take
factors.
Saga with you.
of course.
And
Sagal is standing by the door, apparently keeping watch.
what? He's out already.
Apparently he's been up for some time. The bedroll is folded neatly and replaced and everything.
Oh,
Morning.
Verity looks at him like, oh, good morning, Saga.
I tried to get out and see if I could fetch water or something, but they've posted guards outside.
Yeah. This is the prison, so it's a little bit hard to get water for yourself. But do come with us. Hayes, do you have the pie? I think we should have breakfast first before we split up.
Indeed.
Your half blood. You see him hesitating. Your born friend asked to beware of any gnomes you came or saw about and wanted to know immediately if there's been any break-in attempts, that sort of business?
Well, we haven't seen him for since yesterday, so I think we should be fine. So
Yes.
come on, let's oh yeah, where is Sile?
He says he's gone off first thing in the morning to the city courts to beat the line, I believe.
Punctual as usual. Huh. All right. Then we'll have some breakfast, and then you can head off and help them to find the imp, and we'll meet up again in here in the afternoon.
Yes. This one will communicate to you via
Yes.
your helmet if there anything strange occurs.
All right.
Come on, let's go. And then he gives Saga a pat at the back. Like, let's go.
Yes, sir.
No, just
Okay.
call me Verity.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if Sagal follows Verity, then Hayes will follow Sagal, and we will head to the cafeteria.
Are we in like a
And-
line?
train.
In a conga line.
There are indeed two mercy killers standing outside the door.
Verity.
These appear to be of the namer rank, so very basic, but regardless, they do appear vigilant, nodding as you come out.
Verity saluted to them and say, "Good morning, Justice."
Good morning, officers. Off to see criminals punished, are you?
Perhaps. Working on it. Have a good day, Justice.
You too. Music.
Hayes nods at them. As
Are you going to the cafeteria of the prison or your own barracks cafeteria or what?
If we go to the barracks, it takes some time, right?
Yes, you'll take some
probably
time.
far.
Well, like there's the bakery that's not far away again.
Is the bakery the only place?
Feels bad though. Go to bakery, eat own food.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have around? I'm pretty sure there are a few things around here we can have.
Well, like the bakery is like, well, one of the things that breaks the mold. The others are pretty standard fare. Mercy killers tend to get by with like oatmeal and porridge and such.
Well, Saga is a guest. We don't want to feed him oatmeals and porridge.
We will buy him. Well, we can go to the bakery and then buy him breakfast. And then
Does
we
the
can eat
bakery
our-
serve anything other than bread?
Or you could feed him dog food.
Shush you, you're not here.
You're not here.
No, he's in orc form. We treat
Yeah,
him
I know, but
person.
like,
Hobgoblin, actually.
Oh,
my
Ah.
God, goblin. Oh,
Neat.
interesting.
hobgoblins.
Wait, so does the bakery sell anything other than just bread?
Yeah. you
Well,
can get croissants.
the bread was because like last night was late.
Mhm.
They don't have croissants. I mean, nobody wastes effort making the kind of thing here when they do things in bulk.
But it's the ladies' ward.
Hmm?
Where's the
Ladies' ward.
The ladies' ward has like specialty shops for that kind of thing,
Okay.
and they would not be around the prison.
Okay, so what does
Like,
this
nothing
one serve?
fills the mood for buying a birthday cake and having to go to the prison.
Got a
Exactly.
birthday present for your execution tomorrow.
So yeah, the bakery has plenty of standard fare, like hot cross buns, like little rolls and all that.
Oh, that's good enough.
What about the Interplanet Importers Merchant House, which is quite near? It's a restaurant.
Okay. The interplane. Which
That
number is
sounds
that?
Expensive.
9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
It's the fork and knife. It's next to Untra's Arcade.
Yeah, Interplanet Importers Merchant House and Restaurant.
Okay. You can head over there, but you know that this is typically held by the plane. Give me a moment, huh?
Wait, is this the
Wait, do we have money?
Anarchists?
That's the question.
You don't know that.
I have 3 gold.
We don't know that.
You don't know it's like anarchist safe house are not known, or you will not.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be safe houses.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, yeah, okay.
This the Interplanar Importers Merchant House and Restaurants has close link with the Planar Trade Consortium, who are
Mhm.
one of the biggest traders around in Sigil. They're one of the powerhouses.
So I import a lot of like stuff from outside then.
Basically, They are Amazon across the plains.
Okay.
Amazon
There's
planer.
big money
Amazon.
to be made there. And they're not above taking advantage of things as well.
So their stuff is quite expensive then.
More like the Harmonium has a certain distrust of them because suspected of a weapons trading and all that
Ah.
underneath, but
Well,
they can't prove anything. So
Back to the bakery we go.
Yes, this one suggests we go.
Back to the bakery we go.
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
Let's not
Bakery
get messed up
is-
in some other shit.
Geldub's
Bakeries.
Bakery.
I'm pretty sure Verity frequents his bakery during the entire time he was investigating.
right, the bakery is open for business as usual. You can see like long robed clerks like grabbing a bite and sandwich as they run over to the city courts. You can see clerks moving around in neat orderly rows, presumably before they head off to the Hall of Records or such places.
Mm-hmm.
The administrative district is busy stirring and rising, and here's where a quick bite can be had.
Right, so what's Verity will go in and order 3 sets of breakfast.
Okay. There are also mercy killers here. The few you notice some of them are namers, probably fresh, as they seem to be partaking with relish into the sweet, sugary stuff. All the senior members give them like some looks over harder blender fare.
Okay.
Okay, so the 3 of you head over, and Sargal is sniffing away.
Anything caught your fancy, Saga?
I'm fine with whatever you're having.
Well, let me know which one you would like.
He blinks a bit, then looks away, and just pick whatever.
Oh.
Huh. Well, if you say so. Verity looks at the counter. What do they serve?
Is there anything you're looking for? Just assume there are plenty of common pastries. Like,
What? Okay, what is he sniffing at the direction just now?
hard to say because like he lifts his head to sniff, so it could be any of those things.
Sausage roll.
Verity looks back at Saga and say, would you like that one? He points at like, do they have like sausage rolls and bacons and stuff like that?
They do.
Like, Verity points there.
I understand from the directors, and I'm supposed to assist you in some matter of official capacity.
Yes. We will do that after we finish an enjoyable meal.
I don't think I've heard anyone mention meals being enjoyable for quite a long time.
Oh no, you have to eat a good meal before you start the day. Right, let me get you something. So Verity will get which one is the nicest looking set? Okay, the one with all the bacons and sausage and tasty eggs, poached eggs and stuff.
Poached.
Okay. You buy quite a bit.
Best.
I'll say that'll cost you 8 silvers for 3 meals.
Alright. Got it.
Okay.
I'll pay 1 gold to break it up then.
I can pay some silver. I've got some silver.
Okay, you can pay for yours.
Yes. How much is mine? I'll pay 3.
Huh? Wait, 2 is okay, sure.
You can pay 5.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Nom nom nom. Good food.
Then like Verity passes the food to Saga. Yeah. Breakfast.
All of that?
Yeah.
Wait, is he
Dig
talking
in.
about all 3 of our foods, or is he talking about
I
his-
put like his set for him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
not all of
It's
us.
all our food.
But yeah.
All right. He takes it, looking a bit quizzically at that, and takes a nibble at one of the pastries and like packs the rest away carefully.
He's
you
a
should.
wise boy.
You should
Saving
eat
some
the
for lunch.
meal. I'll treat you for lunch later.
I think we should get to work.
No, we should eat properly, Zagao. Come. Let's have a meal. And then because they don't have like a table, right? Do they have like a stand table
They
to
do
eat?
not.
So we just
He eats the sandwich. No.
we just stand around to eat our breakfast then.
Yeah.
Back to the same spot that we ate.
Sagal eats like very slowly, carefully, like someone rationing.
Verity looks at that and say, "Take bigger bites. It's tasty."
What? Hayes is probably eating in a similar fashion.
No, like as in because he's like rationing it as like very small bites. It's like people when they
Is
go
this
for
all
some-
happening without Verity's helmet on?
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause he has to eat. He doesn't
He has
wear
to
a
eat.
helmet when he eat.
Yeah.
Ryokai desu.
Okay, like you sense some looks being given a direction. This harmonium officer seems to be coddling someone larger than himself, and
And then Verity looks. Just give him a smile and just eat his food. Oh, nom.
Sagal
Enjoy.
continues eating in his slow fashion and like glancing elsewhere.
Does he seem like he's not at ease?
Okay, Hayes.
Yes.
The way he's going about things like suggests someone who's either expecting the worst or just constantly in a particular vigilant state.
Okay. Do
Well,
not
given
worry.
his nature, probably ration income isn't like something they do frequently by
Yeah.
default.
It's the kind
okay.
of thing
Alright.
is a
Thank you,
habit
Lindsay.
sort of thing.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. You do you. You do
Yeah.
you.
Then after that, we just leave him be, eat breakfast, and then ask Hayes. Well, after
Do
you
not
bring
wish to come
Zagao,
with us?
yes,
Do you not wish to come with us to the inn? It is a short walk.
I could, but no, I think that would take too long to go between two places. You know how it is. It's quite large in Lady Ward.
Very well.
I would like to get the matter solved before anything else. I trust you can speak to them.
Saga, I can serve as a mount if you need faster traveling.
Oh no, I have Arya for that. It's fine. You
There's
should
some
go.
strange looks from the others around when he said.
Verity looks up and listens. Verity doesn't actually say anything. Because he knows Saga is a hellhound,
Yeah.
but people doesn't
Anyway,
know.
he not.
But Verity's a bit too daft to actually.
So, all right. So what's the next order?
You and Hayes will meet the group that you saw yesterday in the 12 Factors, and then you head towards the hive to track down the imp, who is selling illegal portal keys.
Indeed.
He is the
imp?
familiar of Zoltan.
Wait, Zoltan's familiar.
Yes,
Yes. Zigzag.
Zigzag. As I remember.
Oh, I remember that one. All right, leave it to me.
Very
Yes.
well. We shall be off then.
All right. I'll see you
Mm.
later. During lunch,
shall
we
head
can meet
over.
back here. Or actually, I could meet you back at the 12 Factors. That'll be better.
Perhaps. I will
We'll keep in
update you
touch.
once we find the imp.
Yes, we'll keep in touch. Stay safe, both of you.
Of course.
Stay sharp.
Wait,
You too.
where's Verity traveling to?
The city barracks.
Okay. It seems to be safe between
It's
here
also
and there. All right.
it's also in the ladies' ward, right? Question mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
The city barracks is L16.
All right. Thank you.
So after finishing, then Verity will get Arya, and then he'll start riding to the city barracks.
Okay.
Okay. And then Hayes and Sagal head toward the 12 Factals restaurant and tavern. Actually, pretty close by.
Yeah. Sounds so fancy though.
Okay. So the
Fancy.
12 factals. All right. There's a bell being rung in the eating section of the 12 factals. Hear ye, hear ye. Thank you for all who have stayed here the night. We'll be cleaning the room shortly. Please have your belongings out and ready if you are not having an extended stay. And we would like to take the opportunity to invite you to partake in a little historical explanation of the factals, if you will. Fee is only 2 silver pieces. And like, most of them just nod along, like they've heard this like a spiel before, and they're probably not going to spend a meal's worth of coin just to hear it again.
Makes sense.
That sounds interesting, though.
Well, how long do we know how long it's gonna take for them to go through the whole circuit?
Well, as in, okay, I think I showed you the map before, but the 12 factals has a is a little area, has an area in it where there's the statues of the factals back then.
Mm-hmm.
And presumably it's just like a little explanation of how things began and all that.
Well, if I know that it's gonna take about 10 minutes, I don't mind, because we're waiting for Adam and Fira to be done, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So I give 2 silvers.
Thank you. This way.
So each person, right?
Per person.
Yes.
Oh dear
Okay,
God.
given.
You're getting scammed.
We're
That's
tourists,
okay,
man.
it's
We're
no
tourists.
Okay, give me
We're
a moment.
tourists. This is normal.
Yeah.
So let's go and listen to education.
Okay, so they bring you down to the. Okay, they bring you down past the entrance hall, past the storm hall where where the carousing is going on, past the deep hall where there's the baths, and towards the 12 factals hall that Adam and Balasa and Fira passed by on the way to the storage. And it says, the current year as we know it is called Hashkar 127, named after Hashkar, the current factal of the Fraternity of Order, who resides in the city courts. We say Hashkar 127 because this is his 127th year of being the factal of the fraternity. Now, are we all here clear about the distinctions between primes, petitioners, and plenars?
I put up my hand and I go, what's the difference between practitioners, you say?
Aha, I see you're a prime. Very well. Primes such as yourself typically hail from other worlds and planes of existence within the prime material plane, so to speak. Now, there's more detailed books out there on the grand cosmology of the Great Wheel, but the prime material plane, to put a short of it, is simply the center region of the multiverse. Region, mind you, not the actual center. The center would be the city of Sigil itself, of which you are currently standing in. So primes are also sometimes called mortals. The disparaging term is clueless, generally because of how wide the world may seem in comparison, though I'm sure you are well-traveled and well-adjusted. And moving from there, we have the planars. Planars are folks such as the Sigil folk and myself, who have always been quite aware of the nature of the multiverse. We do not come from the center of the cosmological ring, but sometimes from the edges and phrase. You may have heard the terms of heaven and hells, in which case they are referring to the planes of Celestia and Bator, or even the abyss itself. Those are all planes. And such is where planas come from. Petitioners, on the other hand, are those of the deceased, sometimes called souls, the afterlife, and so on and so forth. The Dustman faction of the city, whom you can find around the mortuary and hive, will be better able to answer questions on this. But for a short glimpse, petitioners are those who have moved on and will presumably eventually enter a sort of embrace and become part of the plane of existence that best suits them. For example, good people go to heaven, so goes the saying, and these would mean petitioners. Is that clear so far?
Yeah.
All right. So, speaking about the factions. So, quite some time ago, in this very location, 12 factals, not yet factals then, came to meet for an urgent matter. You see, once upon a time, Sigil itself was quite a different area. There was a faction known as the Expansionists, who believed simply in domination, rule, and putting the city under iron grip. And this is the foundation stone where 12 factals met to back her serenity for her support against the Expansionists almost 1,000 years ago. We do not know the precise details of what was debated or argued or what the factals finally offered to her serenity, but her support came through. And today, the Expansionists are not mentioned, if at all. And in fact, many suggest they simply just disappeared. That was also the same day as the founding of the 12 factions as we know it. And thus, one of the starting points of the history of Sigil.
Rose is gonna raise her hand and say, "Is Lady Serenity the Lady Pain?"
There's some intakes of breath around. We call her Serenity because it is polite, and also because the Lady of Pain dislikes worship. Oh yes, it may be you may wish to know that you will not find any powers within the city of Sigil, despite being the center of the multiverse. The lady keeps them out.
I then hold up my hand and go, what of purely theoretical, but what if, say, a higher power, supreme being from the mortal planes, decide to step in?
The lady wouldn't allow it. Or it is highly likely that they will come to blows. The lady has fended off one of many higher powers, so to speak, and those that even manage to deceive her for a moment do not do so for long. It is... he seems to go, then he stops himself. The lady dislikes worship of the powers, or rather the active worship of bringing them in. And she herself is not to be worshipped in such a fashion. It is perhaps because she has something against deities in general, but their temples and representations are perfectly fine. In fact, some of them even draw on power from unknown sources, and the Aethar faction will be able to answer you more on this, as to why, in the absence of powers in the city, clerics and priests still find themselves able to heed the call.
See. And where are the Aethar faction found, if I so wanted to go ask more questions, for example?
Yes, a good question indeed. The Aethar can be typically found at the broken temple of Our Scar, It's the Shattered Temple, and he gives you directions. It's L38 of the lower ward.
L38.
Aoskar was the self-named god of portals who once resided within Sigil, but presumably he overstepped his bounds and there was a tremendous battle after which his followers have been cast away. The Harmonium would strongly advise against being implicit with anyone claiming to be followers of Aoskar, given her Serenity's disposition. Please be warned.
Duly noted. Please go on.
Anyway, only the Athar take residence in the Shattered Temple now. I understand that they have a certain predilection for seeing gods overthrown. And while we're at it, we may as well explain the rest of the factions. Some of you may have met the Dustmen by now. Their factol is a man named Skall, S-K-A-L-L. He points over to one of the figures standing over, hooded, shrouded, and says, Factol Skall, being the founder, is still the factol of today, which many attribute to his beliefs in the Dustman philosophy. Of that, this is well, ask them yourselves. I'm not going to repeat it here. It puts people down. You'll have noticed the trio of the law of the city, the fraternity of order or governors who reinforce the law, who write the laws and help us understand them better, whom you can find at the city courts. There's the Harmonium. Don't call them hardheads. You find them at the city barracks who enforce the laws. And there's the Mercy Killers or Red Deaths, and they will happily accept a number of other disparaging names that suggest more fear in them, whom you'll find in the prison. They handle the punishment. Don't cross any of these three. The Armory in the ladies' ward is held by the Doom Guard, who are a faction dedicated to entropy and the things falling apart. And, well, some of them still keep their weapons in tip-top condition, so let's let the joke slide. The Great Foundry at L14 of the lower ward is held by the Godsmen, who believe in the shaping and refining of people through their mind, body, and soul towards higher existences, and they have plenty in common with the Aethar. The Mortuary, where we really hope you don't end up, is where the Dustmen preside. The Gatehouse in the Hives at H13, you may have met the Bleakers by now. Depressive lot, but some say that's simply being realistic. The Hive itself, they are the Chaositex, but I will not claim any further knowledge of them because the Harmonium are likely to come knocking if I do. The Hall of Records recently damaged, I understand. A great tragedy there is where the tax collectors live. Oh yes, they keep other records as well, but the fated.
Can I make an inside check to see if he got a little bit of glee from all that being destroyed?
You don't need an insight.
Actually,
He doesn't like. There's something
happy.
It seems like people don't particularly like tax collectors for some strange reason.
Wait, did he glance at us because we were primes when he talked about that?
No, he didn't didn't look at you at all. He's addressing the whole crowd. The Fest Hall District, his expression softens up, is where you can go to have a really good time. And I don't mean the red light district sort. Really go engage your senses. That's where the sensates reside, and those of you who like the higher culinary arts and arts of all sorts, you will be delighted, I assure you. Their current factol is Erin Mont. Well, just call her factol Erin. She doesn't like the whole name. That's not... The Hall of Speakers is where the signers or the sign of one can be found. Good for debate, good for a laugh, and good for hearing. But in general, they get along with everyone, so that's worth consideration. Great gymnasium, great for workouts. You'll find the ciphers there. Good luck deciphering their meaning, given that the collective wisdom of their factol fills about 2 paragraphs of a page, in complete contrast to the governors. And finally, the Great Bazaar is where we find the independents who try to think less of themselves as a faction, but nonetheless, there they are. You notice he doesn't say anything about the 12th statue.
What does the 12th statue look like?
Ah. Wait, sorry. Sorry, there's give me a moment. There is a 12. No, 12 factor, sorry. He doesn't mention a 13th one, which he does shake his head a little. It's like, you know, bits and pieces. Like, some folks just don't get along well with others.
Oh?
But enough of that. Thank you for your tour. Do get a move on and enjoy your day. And do come back again to the 12 factors next time.
When everybody leaves, I'm going to go to the guy.
Wait, Michael, do you mean that there is actually 13 stations?
Yes.
Okay.
So as soon as everyone leaves, I'm gonna go to the guy. Did he introduce himself at all? I don't remember a name.
Is he the innkeeper as well?
No, he's just one of the workers there.
Okay, so I go to him and I go, you know, for 2 silvers, I would have expected you to have a little bit more information for that last statue.
Of course I do, but I just don't, well, we don't speak out that out in the crowd, you see.
I'm still very keen on listening though.
Rose will look at the 13th statue. What does it look like? Does it look human or does it look like of specific race? Is it robed completely?
Okay, you don't recognize the figure, like it's seems to be a plainly dressed man of sorts, say like but it is not so much the way he's dressed and all that, but more like the demeanor. And you think you recognize a chaotic act.
I see, okay. Looks like a chaotic act.
Yes, it's best we don't talk too much about them because, well, touch wood and all that. Like, they do strange things sometimes, and the more you talk about them, the more they seem to show up and get involved. Don't ask how.
I see.
But if you meet any of them, we'll suggest keeping your distance. You literally do not know what they're going to do next.
Oh, we had a run-in with them before. They took our friend away for some reason.
My condolences.
We got him back, that's fine.
Got him back, amongst other things.
From the mortuary?
No, still very much alive. Also, they seem to have a predilection for giving us grapes.
Right.
Yeah, we managed to follow them into the hive.
Good to know that.
Yeah.
But yes, I think you may also wish to know about the Free League, who do not have a statue representation, but they generally do in commerce. And I must warn you with every fiber of my being against having anything to do with the Revolutionary League, anarchists.
I don't suppose they have a place here, do they?
Of course not. They barely trust each other.
How do we know if someone's from the Revolutionary League? I mean, given they don't trust each other.
You could pay me 3 times the amount and I still wouldn't be able to answer you. They are very good at impersonating.
Right.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be, well, the harmonium would have strung them up already.
Of course.
Oh, speaking of impersonations, are there doppelgangers around here in Sigil?
It's Sigil. I'll be more surprised if there wasn't.
I see that.
In fact, there's suggestions that either the Society of Sensation or the Sign of One has some of them in high ranks.
Oh.
I mean, comes to the territory, I suppose.
I think that's all for today. Thank you so much. I didn't get your name though.
You can call me Ven.
Ben. Pleasure to
Ven-
meet
Ven?
you. My name is
Ven,
Alara.
with a V.
Ben.
Ven.
Like a
Wasn't
Venn
that the
diagram.
old man? Wasn't that the old man that gave us the room?
No, it wasn't.
No.
Okay. Just double checking.
The tourist guide.
Tourist guide.
Oh, can she? Rose is gonna just ask him before they leave. Oh, by the way, do you just only do your service with telling the stories here, or do you actually do something more? Like an actual tourist guide?
Let's just say I'm happy with what I'm doing at the moment.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Okay, so we're gonna go leave and find our two friends. Hopefully they are done.
Are the two friends done? And
They are nowhere to be found.
Okay, Fira and Adam, presumably you're finished.
Took all the stuff and things.
Fira says, okay, it feels a bit strange to not be itchy in most places.
Oh,
Right?
that's nasty.
Poor thing.
Do we leave and meet up with Hayes, or does Hayes completely miss us?
Okay, I'll say, because you all took some time here, Hayes arrives with Hashkal.
Yes.
Or rather, you all haven't seen Hashkal in this form, right?
No.
Wait,
So
Zagal Hashkar is the factor of the.
Sorry, my
Sorry,
bad.
Sagal.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah. Well, you see Hayes being accompanied by a hobgoblin who's standing straight, tall, and proper, and almost reaches the lizard folk in height, but is significantly broader across the shoulders.
Okay, Rose looks
This is
very.
the place. 12 factors, yeah?
Is everyone here, DM, including me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, Hayes. Who might I ask is this, and where is Verity?
Ah, yes. You have not seen Sagal in this form.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh,
pleasure to meet
Sagal.
you. Again,
Good morning.
how did you sleep?
Well, I straightened the bedroll and then I found a position somewhere between 13 and 15 degrees to incline against the wall, and
She nods.
He was most efficient.
You are such a precious little thing.
Secretly inside, I just wanted to know if he turned around 3 times before sleeping. Like secretly. Right. So the
efficient.
the first order of business is we have to go and get Tia and Ahe with us and get them up to date while we go and look for Zigzag, if I'm not mistaken.
Will they be accompanying us in hunting him?
If it means getting them up to speed before we leave them again, they will be at the Sword and Buckler in the lower ward. I think
That was near where we... That's where we need to go, right?
No.
Is that where we need to go?
Sword
Or is that
and
called
Buck-
something else?
The Sword and Buckler is in the lower ward.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the place where we need to go.
The place where we need to go is...
The one you go is the Bottle and Jug.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
bottle.
Sword and
yes.
Buckler,
Oh, damn it.
is L8.
These things.
Yeah.
These
So that's in the
places
high.
named after two things.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So we have to go to the Sword and Buckler first, and then we go to the Jug place.
Bottle and jug.
Yes.
Okay.
Very well. It's sort of... Is it sort of on the way? Can't
It's L18.
L18.
L18. Okay, so
and then
L18 is
bottle-
where...
And the Bottle and Jug is H18 for convenience.
Oh yeah, it's an okayish distance.
Notch.
It's quite far.
Yeah. There's several hours of walking ahead of you.
Well,
What about using the?
this one suggests we split the group.
That's fair, I guess.
Finding the imp should not require that much time. Perhaps the small one can accompany us. She seems adept at tracking.
Cool. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I mean, I feel safer with like two big guys with me.
Well, if you want to bring these two as well.
Zigzag knows me, so if I find him, I should be able to talk to him.
Very well.
That settles it then.
Yeah.
Yes. Safe travels to the lower ward.
Sorry, Alara. I guess you're stuck with me.
Oh, yes. Verity did wish for me to tell you that we will be reconvening around here at, what time is it now, and what time is lunchtime generally?
Well, I'll say it's about 10 in the morning now.
Okay, so
No
it's-
way.
we're not getting there and back before lunch.
No.
No way.
No.
It is
Sometime in the evening.
impossible.
I thought we woke up quite early though. I thought we were like 7 o'clock in the morning or something.
Let me see, 10.
Well,
Okay,
let me-
9.
9.
Good.
That makes sense.
Oh no, please. You're triggering the Shah German. Nazi Shah.
We can come back for lunch about 1 or 2. Is
Also, now
enough
that I
time?
finally have a reference point, so the current year is 127 Hashkar.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, Verity, before you left,
Yeah.
Hayes would have passed you your pie.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Thanks. Verity pets Hayes' head.
Durable pie.
Go for pie in my inventory.
Okay.
Yum.
Verity receives a gopher pie.
Da-da-da-da. Okay,
It's shining.
very well. We should depart now. Where we need to go is significantly further. Wait, is it? Let me
Okay.
scroll down.
Yeah, it's a fair
Yes,
bit.
it's literally on the other side of town.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, pretty
my
much.
life.
Are we are taking a coach there, all right?
Yes, we take a coach. How much does a coach cost?
For 3 people.
A lot of money.
Well, the coach costs the same regardless how many you have.
Yes,
2 silver?
that makes sense.
This coach. Give me.
But do coaches go to the hive? They don't go to the hive, right? We'll probably
Only
take it to the
they-
lower ward and then walk.
No,
Generally,
they do.
I think
They
they
do.
stop
In general,
after a
they
certain
don't,
hour.
But if you have a law enforcer there, they're more inclined to do so.
No, they also they do, but you can't get them back. Means
Yeah.
like they drop you off, then
Yeah,
bye.
Bye.
Like,
and then they cheese it.
No, but it's because you have a law enforcement. If you don't have one, they may decide they don't want to bother going in
Yep.
case they get jumped.
Decline service.
Makes sense. Fair. I mean, the place we're going is literally next to the hive, so there's that.
Okay, so which is the current group going to the hive?
Hayes and Co.
Hayes, Rose, and Sagal.
Sagal.
Okay, and the other group is?
Alara, Adam, and Fira.
Yes, indeed.
Going towards the sword and buckler with directions gotten
Oh,
from
actually,
a shop.
if like how many people can fit in a carriage? We can go to the same carriage, go to your place, drop you off, and then go.
6 is
Right.
definitely a squeeze.
It's
Okay.
okay. Hashkal can run, or whatever
Rose
his
is
name is.
small,
Sagal.
she can-
No, we will
Sagal
not.
can
We will
run.
not. We
Sagal.
will not have Sagal run. That is poor.
Can Rose sit on top of the coach?
What?
Rose can. Let's
Rose
see.
is
If
small.
Rose can squeeze with someone.
Rose is
Okay.
small enough to sit on someone, I think.
Okay. In this particular case, someone roll a d6, please.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Wait,
Do
2,
it, do
4,
it.
5. There is 5 people.
That's a 2.
Okay.
Those-
Okay. 2. You signal for carriage and a carriage comes past and it's a strange carriage. For one, it's made of metal, looks quite solid and sturdy.
Oh, sweet.
It has wheels like you expect with nice spikes. With nice spokes around them, solidly built. But there's no horse.
Oh, it's an automatic one. Is there a person?
There's a symbol on it though, and give me a moment to find the symbol.
Wait a minute. Are these like the weird engineer guys?
You see this symbol on it. A symbol of a strange creature biting its own tail or such. You're not quite sure. But there's a sign on the side saying that this is an experimental service.
How large is the cart?
It's large enough to contain all of you all, and there's a metal slot saying "Pay as you wish."
Ooh.
A disembodied voice speaks. Destination.
This one does not trust this one. However, if you lost ones are keen on experiencing service.
Very keen. Very keen.
Yes. We're going on this thing.
Very well.
That's never seen Rose that excited before. All right. Yes. Let's go.
Okay then.
Agal sort of walks around it, sniffing and all that. It's like, I have some security concerns about this, but if you wish to go ahead, sure.
What kind of security concerns, Agal?
Some folks I knew back then say never trust the service of someone whose face you can't see.
A wise policy.
I don't know if we can do a kind of arcana check on that thing to see whether it moves by magic or by mechanical.
Oh, it's definitely not by mechanical because there's no such thing as a self-propagating mechanical thing.
Okay, so it's by magic. Oh, sweet.
Well,
let's get on.
Either we take this one or we wait for the next one. So we make the decision now.
Rose is already on it.
Your companions seem keen on taking this one.
I guess we go. I climb on.
I will sit at. Is there like a seat at the front where like a driver would be?
Yes, there's no driver.
I sit there. Yes.
Okay. We.
Oh, I'd like to do that too because it's outside.
The destination.
You have to. It's a voice.
It's voice activated, guys. So do we actually give them two destinations immediately or just one?
Give them the sword and buckler first.
Yeah,
right. So Alara goes, the sword and buckler ale house.
Rose is not yet sitting on any of the seats. She's like looking at under the seats and like at the roof and everywhere, just studying it.
Well, the seats are just like little metal benches. Like, wisely, it seems the Free League didn't want to put cushions here for like a pay-as-you-go service. And
Smart.
Yeah.
So it's not the most comfortable, but it does give you more room, though.
Where is the source of its magic?
That magic would be necessary to find out. Anyway, destination confirmed. And it starts trundling off.
Is it fast?
Not really.
Oh.
But
is it average?
Same as a normal coach?
It's average as a normal coach, but like it does seem to go along, and if it bumps into anything, it kind of pauses a bit, tries again, then finds another route around.
I see.
Does it hit onto people?
Huh? Well, it doesn't seem to cause damage when it bumps them, but like people do get out of the way. It's the stalls that it pokes into and then like it stops and tries.
Oh my god.
Alright, we sit in this experimental cart.
I'm outside at the
sensation to be sure. And okay, as you're moving through the ladies' ward, towards the lower ward. You pass by a harmonium patrol. Okay, where's Hayes sitting?
Probably behind.
Hayes is behind. Okay. All right, you see a harmonium patrol, and and they're making their rounds. As they do so, like they pause and shout out, "Cool rock, cool rock."
Wait, what? The
'Cause I'm
Harmonium
sitting-
Patrol?
Yes.
Harmonium Patrol shouts out Kuro?
Wait,
Yes.
what?
And then they pause.
What?
While they're looking slightly embarrassed, and then they continue on.
I'm sitting in front with Adam, and then I turn around to him, and I'm like, with that face of what?
That is strange behavior.
That is
Rose is gonna ask, have you seen these people? Are they really harmoniums?
Hayes, do you wish to say anything to them?
To the Harmonium people?
Yes.
No, Rose is asking Hayes, do you recognize these people? Are they really harmoniums?
Do I recognize these people?
Oh, they're wearing the armor correctly and everything.
This one is not familiar with each member. Can I make like a perception check to see flaws? Like, do they look like disguises?
Hey, this will require active perception.
Yes, I will do that. Yes, 14.
Do that, he shall.
They seem alright, although like they do straighten themselves after and start moving on again.
It is unlikely that those are actual Harmonium. However, this one is on a task.
I see.
Shall not be distracted.
All right. Okay. Rose will continue to look at them as we pass by.
Okay. Let's see if someone else roll a d6.
You heard the man. Someone else.
I won.
Okay. Do it! Do it!
Da-da-dum.
If she rolls a 6, I'm leaving.
3!
Yay!
Okay. Your transition from the ladies' ward, the neat, ordered streets, they are swept clean, and the pavement trimmed, and even hints of greenery along. And ahead of you looms the lower ward, also in some parts known as the Foundry District here, where like the smog just like billows out like a spreading boil and just like blankets the whole area. People here generally wear masks over their faces. The street sweepers don't seem to improve many things over here where they do show up at all. And like you can see plenty of chimney sweeps and such. Like you imagine tall buildings, chimneys, and industry being the norm here. Workers, grim-faced, moving around for another day of toil. And you do notice a pair of masked workers. You think like sort of looking in your direction, and one of them waves after a fashion.
Masked worker. I wave back.
These people are unusually friendly.
Is this unusual?
It could mean anything in Sigil, but they're not making a move to stop you or anything.
I just wave back.
Okay.
Hi.
Adam, make a perception.
Oh, not. I mean, gladly.
Not your strong suit.
It is my strong suit. Let me show you
No, it's okay.
what I can
16.
do. Damn it.
That's pretty good.
16.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
All right. You notice two more masked figures sort of like standing like further back in an alleyway nearby. But again, they don't seem to do anything in particular to your direction.
Okay. Onwards and upwards, friends.
We proceed towards our destination.
Yep.
And even not long later, you arrive at the place known as
The sword and buckler.
the Sword and Buckler at L18.
Very well. This is the first stop.
I am looking for where you
The
put the
Sword
money.
and Buckler lies in the shadow of a gigantic building, the L14, the Great Foundry, which seems to dwarf the rest of this alehouse row neighborhood. There's smoke billowing out from all the chimneys, and there's grinding, creaking motions, like the sound of a great forge.
Ooh.
The great found.
Fira looks at Adam and looks back. Do they have a dragon in there?
Well, when we have some free time, we could find out. I doubt it, though. Doesn't look like a very nice place for a dragon to live. Debatable. It could be really hot. Actually, yeah, maybe there is a dragon in there.
Adam,
Yeah.
did your father ever mention relatives?
I would never talk to the piece of shit, so I wouldn't know.
Well, he said something to you, didn't he?
He didn't. It's hard to explain.
I'm pretty sure I heard loud noises and all that.
Yeah, and that's just it. It's loud noises. He can't speak. Got his vocal cords severely injured in a fight or something stupid like that.
Fira stops looking. What? Really?
Yeah. Also, if you tell this to anyone, he might kill me. So, gotta keep it to yourself, okay?
So this... I had no idea.
Yeah.
This explains so much.
How does it explain anything?
Well,
How?
the Grand Red, when he does show up, goes through all these long motions to just try to convey something, and people keep thinking he's keeping them guessing and everything.
People keep thinking he's sentient, like he's an all-powerful god. That's because he is. That doesn't change the fact that he's a piece of shit father.
No, it's not that. It's that everyone gets, well, he comes and makes noises and everyone has to figure out what he wants or what they have to give him and all that. I always thought it was...
It was his way of making riddles.
Yes. Oh.
Helps to the mystique, I can tell you that much. I was screaming at him to say something to me, and lo and behold, man.
Does Balasar know this?
Yeah, he does.
That's a little sad.
In more ways than you can hope to believe.
What do you think about him now?
I don't know. I'm a little shaken up about it, honestly. Hated him my whole life. Found out he can't speak. Found out my mom loved him either way. It's all happened kind of fast. Then the next day I'm on this voyage. I never really got to deal with it, you know?
Do you miss Mom?
I miss my mom more than anything. But I'm out here to make waves. And make waves I shall.
There was that pool back there.
What fool?
There was the pool back there.
I mean, yeah, I've made literal waves. Talking more figuratively, but yes.
What's a figurative wave?
I'm looking to make a splash.
That's the pool back there.
Again, figure of speech. I'm trying to make something
There's
of myself.
The line.
Okay, That's yes.
She sighs and goes back to look at the surroundings again. Does anyone else want to say anything during this carriage ride?
No.
Oh,
Just
the
seeing
rivalry.
who else waves and says weird shit.
I don't think Hayes will say anything unless he is spoken to.
Oh.
Okay, right. So you arrive at the Sword and Buckler, and let's see. Give me a moment.
Yay. The thing didn't break down.
We didn't explode, guys.
Oh,
We
God.
didn't roll a 1.
It's gonna.
Rather, like, it does bump into things and take a bit of navigating and all that, but like, it seems very solid.
Yes, any flight you can walk away one's a good one.
And, well, maybe it's for the best that this thing doesn't move too fast either.
Indeed.
Right. In a place at the edge of the ladies' ward, almost respectable is the Sword and Buckler.
Almost.
Many of the members here are adventurers, it would seem. Swords for hire, sell swords, spell blades, and all that. A small little just bordering the respectability of the ladies' ward and lower ward. A good place to get hired or put in the dead book, it would seem. There's a notice board here, just like put up with plenty of posters for takers and warrants. This is all unofficial, and the Harmonium have like warned them on certain accounts, but those always seem to pop back up again. And the Sword and Buckler takes no responsibility for its being there.
Neat.
All right. There's sounds of merriment inside, and well, for an inn, it certainly seems to be a good place for business transactions, provided you're careful about how and what you say.
Cool. When those people that need to get off, Hayes will go toward where the voice came from and say, "We have a second destination."
Has anyone put any money into the slot?
I was trying to look for a slot.
There is a slot that says "Pay what you want."
Yes. It's
put
quite prominent.
wine copper.
Do we know like how much how much do normal carriages charge?
Several silver pieces, or like 2 silvers at the least. Alara puts 1 copper in, it disappears in, there's no comment except a disembodied voice says, "Thank you for your patronage."
Okay, and then Hayes says, "We have a second destination." Does it spawn?
Destination.
The Bottle and Jug Tavern.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Destination confirmed. And it starts moving again.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't have horses.
No, it's just.
It's quite quiet too, the way it moves.
Ah.
It's a self-driving car, guys. It's the future.
Indeed, it is.
Sigil is the future.
Joe has Teslas.
It's like tram without the rail.
It's weird. Okay, what do now?
Okay, which group wants to go now?
Well, we're just in the car, right? So you can do the Sword and Buckler folk first, I believe.
Actually, should I do something about Verity? I probably should.
Yeah, let's go to Verity for a while. Let's go to
Okay,
Verity.
Yeah, that's true. Like his stuff would have happened first, right?
While we were in the ride, yeah.
Line-wise.
I agree.
Nervous.
Verity.
Nervous.
Verity.
It's,
Verity dies.
What?
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 Tiba-tiba.
It's like Verity dies from this encounter.
Bugged out, randomly died. Give me a moment. I need to look for something.
A moment is all you can have. Nothing more.
But what is a moment?
Let's ask ourselves this fundamental question.
Yes.
What is a moment?
Yes. What is a moment?
Moment's gone.
It's a physics equation.
Moment, if you define it
But how
by
do you calculate a
engineering
moment?
standards, it's a force over a distance around.
Moment would be short for momentum, wouldn't it?
No,
if
there's
we're looking at physics.
No, there's actual moment.
Oh, right.
It's like the turning thing.
Oh!
Yeah. Kilonewton meter. Sound familiar?
Ah! I forgot all my physics. Moment equation.
I forgot that the definition of moment. They made me remember it in first year. It was so useless. Oh.
Physics. That which I do not remember because it's physics.
Hey, a moment is 90 seconds.
Force times V.
Okay, Verity.
Yeah?
Ah,
Oh, shoot.
with Final Fantasy theme.
Oh.
You arrive at the city barracks, where it looks like business as usual. The
Yeah.
harmonium getting all up and about, rotating shifts, more patrols heading out. Some pass by your way and nod at you. Officer Verity.
Yep. Yeah, Verity's with his helmet right now at the moment. Yep.
Did you catch the word?
Verity asks, word?
Facto Sarin says when we're out on our patrols, every hour or so we are to shout the word Kurok twice. And if anyone asks, we are to direct them to Alicia's pantry.
That is... Huh. What? Did you know why we would do that?
I was hoping you know.
That sounds ridiculous.
Something for a favor for someone.
All right then. I will
Pass
ask
the
him
word
myself.
to your cook compatriot when you find him.
Every 2 hours, is it?
Every hour.
Every hour. That I will try. Is Factor Sarin in right now?
Oh, you're looking for him?
Yes. And then you see Verity holding like sacks of paper.
Well, head right in. Now, from what I understand, is Factal Sarin's on family visit, but if it's important enough, tell Tonat Shar, his second in command, and he'll give him a notice.
Oh, he's in family retreat since yesterday?
Don't worry. No business is important. It's not important enough that he won't come back for it.
I wouldn't want to disturb them. Do you know how long he'll be away?
It's family business. If something's more important, well, work comes first.
All right, I'll speak to Tona. Thank you. He looks around. Where does Tona sit? Is he like...
You head inside the harmonium barracks and straight in, stairs up to the right, and on the way to Tonat Shah's room is just before Sarin's personal room. His second in command to the harmonium is severe and businesslike, and tends to act in some ways as a secretary.
So he's like a mover, right?
Yes, he's a mover.
No sight of Aram. Yes.
Well, you're not specifically looking for him, so
I'll look for Aram first.
Jenny
because
greets you at the desk. Hi, can I help you?
the reception, is it?
Yes.
Is her name Jenny?
Yes, her name is Officer Jenny. They're all Officer Jenny.
Yes, Officer Jenny. Have you seen Officer Aram about?
I believe he's investigating some magical anomalies within the city at the moment.
Oh yes. Would you know where he is right now? Would he be? He would be in the library, is it?
She pauses for a moment to think, and then she consults the records. I do believe he's currently in the Fest Hall district.
All right.
Something about some of the sensory stones acting up.
Oh, all right. I'll contact him. Thank you. And then, is Tonasha in right now?
Yes, he's right in. Go on right ahead.
All right.
Okay, for those of you who are not familiar, sensory stones are some things that the sensates prize a lot. It basically records sensations around itself that it's exposed to and allows playbacks.
Yeah, it's like Sensate's thing, right? They use it to
But it's highly useful for even non-sensates as well. And governors use it a lot to record evidence.
Define senses.
Any senses.
So like visual, it can play like a GIF.
Yep.
There are different kinds, but like usually the common is visual and audio.
Okay, but there is also emotional, yes?
Yep.
Others, yes, but like those are more prized, and the sensates may not allow people to take those willy-nilly.
All right, that is all I need to hear.
So when Aram when she said the sensory stones are acting up.
And she said something about sensory stones acting up.
Huh. Okay. Acting up in the Fest Hall, right?
Fest Hall, yes.
Fest Hall district. Alright. Anyway, he shall go and find Tonasha.
Right. A few minutes later,
he knocks on the door.
Yep, Tonasha looks up from his desk. He's a human, much like the senior, but there have been some jokes of which one is more advanced in years.
Oh.
He's a severe-looking character, hunched over, barely looking up as you enter. Speak your business.
Officer Tonasha, I would like to speak to Factor Saren. Is regarding an investigation.
Is this something I can handle?
I think it is. This is for Factor Saren's eyes only.
What is it? He finally looks up from the desk, passing a gaze over what you're carrying.
These are documents for Factor Saren's eyes only.
What kind of documents? What's the source of them?
Records and progresses of certain experiments.
I see. And the person you received it from, just so to be sure that we are not dealing with packages from anarchists and such.
Director Tomoskar and Howes.
Direct? They shouldn't be directors anymore.
Yes, that's exactly why I would like to speak to Factor Saren.
All right, I will give him the word, and I wouldn't mind hearing some from you as well once you're done debriefing the Facto.
Yes.
Gets up from his desk, heads into the room behind him after unlocking it with a key around him.
Mm-hmm.
The door closes. You hear some words muttered and such that you can't make out.
Uh-huh.
And several minutes later, he returns to sit back at his desk and says, "Go on in. The Factal wants to know what's going on."
Oh, all right. I will be right there. And then he salutes to Tonocha.
Mhm.
Walks past.
Sitting at his desk, like wiping off his forehead, looking slightly disgruntled, is Factal Sarin. He makes an effort putting on a smile at seeing you and says, "Verity, I assume this is very important."
Yes, Factor Sarin. And then he quickly salutes. I have grave news about the investigation. He puts down the document in front of Factor Sarin.
He glances at it without opening it. What is it?
When I was investigating about the portals, I went to the experiments that we thought ended. It is in the astral plane, and we met Tomaska and Havas there. And after much consideration, I think you should look at these documents.
He puts a hand over the documents but doesn't open them. What do you mean it's still going on? I gave an order to stop.
They did not receive word about it. And they have no idea. And the experiment still continued on, but I told them to put a halt, and they did. They were as confused as you are.
He begins to rise, and you see the expression on his face like hardening. They did not receive my order.
No, and Europe's Governor Navarre did not return.
The governor's... Is the governor in Mechanus now or somewhere else?
I was going to track him down, but I haven't looked into his house yet. I did not receive the permit to do that. But we are procuring the permit.
Permit be damned. I'm half a mind to go there myself right now.
Yes, but before that, the reason that we found about this is because Director Zoltan...
It gets better?
No, he wanted to get the word out, but he did it the wrong way and involved Kulas into it. But that's how we found about the experiments in the first place.
He's quiet, very quiet. I suspect you have more to say, I think.
There are cases of success, and
I'm not interested in the successes.
yes, there were many that were turned into creatures.
I'm not particularly interested in that either. I am upset that I called for the stop of an experiment and it went on.
Yes.
I am upset that 2 officers whom I trusted did not ask for further confirmation.
That I'm not sure. They could not leave the plane. They were anchored there.
How did you get back?
Through the portals, and they're the only ones controlling the portals right now, but they could not leave. I wanted to arrest them and bring them here myself, but they could not leave.
Verity, what is your professional assessment of the situation?
I think we should gather all of them to question, and then all of them should be punished for their own crimes.
Of course. Well, Verity, you know your next task.
I will track down Governor Navarre.
Verity, I will trust you. I'm going to write a writ right now stating that you have my full consent to go ahead with whatever it is you need to do to close this matter.
Yes. To properly close the experiment, we need to have all 4 of the directors present.
Verity, do not let bureaucracy get in your way this time. If the governors are trying to pull something, they're trying to delay and stall this, well, there's going to be words.
Verity nods. And Thomas Glenharvest was really, I wouldn't say pleased, but they found some progress. But here are the documents.
I am not interested in this.
Yes.
And what is this supposed to mean to me? He slams a hand on the reports. Does success mean it's all right?
No, it's not. But this is the proof that they did it.
If they were hoping to pacify me with good news, they were sorely mistaken. You're right to interrupt her. Yes, I can see that there's work to be done. Verity, do you need anything else from me?
No, I shall proceed. Oh yeah, did he give a paper?
He signs and puts his seal on a piece of paper, authorizing you to act on the behalf of the Harmonium.
Oh yeah, about Kurok. I don't think it's the right atmosphere to ask it. Okay, Ben. It's not the right atmosphere.
Right. So, Verity, you have a writ now, and you could do quite a lot of things with this. But the main thing that Saren suggests is get them together. Don't let red tape get in your way.
All right. Verity pockets it carefully. What will you be doing now, Factor Saren?
He looks up. Still here? I'm thinking of my next move. I'm going to be shouting at quite a few people presently soon.
All right. Verity salutes and then leaves.
Onat Shah looks up at you as you come outside. That bad?
Yes. Grave matters.
Can I assist you in anything?
I'll be fine for now. If I need anything, I'll let you know. Thank you, officer.
Where does Verity go now?
Right now he wants to track, right? So I think he'll meet up with Style, and then we will meet up the other group. So that should be enough time to get back together, I think.
Okay. We'll
Wait.
move on.
What else do I need? What else am I missing, guys? I can't remember. We got... Okay, we need to find the imp. We need to track down Governor Navarre. What else
Then
do
go
we
back to the dead god.
Well, the whole point of bringing the thing was to make sure that the Mercy Killers don't find out first. Because right now the Harmonium is in deep shit. Because they have gone against the agreement.
Oh yeah, the Mercy Killers are the only one that has no hands in it, right?
Or
They
rather,
have.
they have,
And
but
other
they've...
than providing the prisoners.
Well, they have a hand in it if they are providing the prisoners.
Well, the thing is, they
Their
had...
hands are dirty.
They
I don't think
had...
they've been provided
Cookie jar.
prisoners
No,
since like we
that's-
told them to stop. So that makes
The
sense.
thing is, they had, as in past tense.
Yeah.
So because this thing is still going on without their knowledge, because everybody's agreed to shut it down, they're gonna get really pissed.
But
Because,
everyone's gonna get really pissed.
well,
The ones
them
that
in particular,
really have someone in it right now is the Dustmans, the Governors, and the Harmoniums. Only the three factions, right?
so the Mercy Killer will have something sort of like a bone to pick if you don't deliver a good argument. And they're the ones that don't accept mercy.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be the first one to strike down the directors.
Yeah.
Justice.
But because the directors are technically Harmonium, they will be gunning for Harmonium too.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be gunning for Dustman, the Governor, and the Harmonium.
Yeah. Which will be bad because the Lady of Pain doesn't like...
Okay, I'd just like to
This kind of
mention
shit.
that this conversation is nice and all, but you're not there in person. to
Oh yeah,
talk,
that's
discuss.
true. No, this is out of character
All right.
too.
Let's continue.
Okay,
So,
so yeah. So I was
The
asking you.
bottle and sorry, the bucket.
Huh?
Nani?
Where did the thing go again? I could have sworn the thing was right
Yeah.
there. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The sword and buckler. Right. You head on in, and it seems like it's business as usual. People from all walks of life convene to sell their services here. And it's not unusual to see like some well-dressed patrons from the ladies' ward conducting some inspections of those who are to serve them and interviews and such.
Wow, high class.
Right, so this group, Alara, Fira, and Adam.
Present.
Yo.
Right, Tia is sitting by the entrance and steps up to you quickly. Her eyes are blue today.
Huh. Okay. So I
Alara,
go...
maybe it's I'm not sure if you've ever found this amusing, but Tia seems to think like changing one's eye color does a great deal for disguises.
She does indeed find it amusing.
Right.
And
Like
she will make a
super
comment on
fun.
this because it's like, come on, we've had a conversation about this. Tia.
Ah, Verity. Good to see you.
Verity's not here.
What's the other one? Better names. Right. So we found a place set up here, just as you instructed. Rates here are the most reasonable of the other areas I've scouted off. Can get rowdy at times, but plenty of rumors to be picked on. What's your status?
Our status is we're doing a job for the Harmonium at the moment as a measure of thanks. It seems that things are getting quite interesting over here, aside from the fact that we're definitely missing our head of command. So far, nothing else. We're still missing a few people as well.
Alara, do not let them use you. Do not lose sight of the mission.
Well, at the moment, the mission is sort of defunct considering we don't have the ship anymore, and we have to get that ship.
Well, we know where Car Slave Master is, and our instructions are to find the Grand Master.
Okay.
I have heard and asked around, and the only lead I have is this. She looks conspiratorially around her at, well, the whole place of everyone and everything.
I turn around. As in, like, I face my back towards them.
She leans in towards Alara and says, the word from the locals is that if someone goes missing very quickly, someone powerful, someone prominent, it's either because the anarchists have gotten them or the lady is displeased.
Well, I've spoken to a few people, and apparently the lady doesn't like people or things of higher power in her realm. So most likely this is the lady's decision. And we are
If that's the case,
Uh-huh.
we need to find someone who knows how to deal with mazes.
I've heard of that. The people that might know more about this could possibly be hang on one moment.
On the other side of the law.
What is the name of those things?
The Aether?
Yeah, the Aether? It's like, okay. The other people that you can speak to is the Aether. Apparently they know a few things about all these problems. And this might not be the first time. We can find them at the lower ward at this place called Temple of Oscar.
I saw that the other day. It should be easy to find again. But I also suspect we may need help from the other side of the law.
The other side of the law. I've been told repeatedly that engaging with the, I lower my voice a little bit, Revolutionary League is not a good idea.
Of course, but trying to break into a maze is a bad one to begin with. I don't think you'll find many friends among those you're helping now.
No, the problem is not breaking into the maze, but exiting it. See, if we
I will keep my ears peeled.
just keep in mind that even if we get our commander out, there's no guarantee that we have a way to leave this plane and back to our own.
That's why the navigator's the priority.
Well, again, yes, I agree. Keep your head to the ground. We also have to find the rest of our crew members who might prove more than not important. I give her a list of people we still have to find. And then I look around for Ahe.
Tia seems a bit annoyed at this, but eventually you do find Ahi. He goes, Alara? You're here. How long have you been here?
A while. How have you been? I'm sorry to leave you for so long. It's been a lot.
Tia said it would continue to be a while, but but you're here. Anyway, he points around. So I found some work to do, and Tia too, I think.
Excellent. What?
Yeah.
What of?
He passes some coins over.
Yay, money!
Oh shit! You sugar daddy paying you.
You gain 5 gold pieces and 7 silver.
5 GP, 7 SP. I get them to hold on to 2 GP and the 7 SP. and I'll just take like 3.
Looks
How much?
pretty good, yeah.
What work are you doing?
Cell sort work, the
Any-
usual.
Anything interesting? Anything of particular importance related to us, especially?
Well, he looks around, says, well, this is a cell sort place, so sometimes there's some quick gold up for grabs just to go around, bash someone in, and come back.
Mm-hmm.
But
Uh-huh.
what sort of information are you looking for?
Well, first of all, the commander's still missing. Tia is here, right? Out of character.
Tia sidles back up again, it's like, she's come back. Yeah, like, why didn't you tell me earlier? Anyway, good to see we're all back in one piece. Imeltha sent word from the mortuary that he's still keeping a lookout.
Yes, he seems to be doing quite well in the mortuary. Well, I have with us Adam and Fira. You remember them?
Oh, hello there.
And
Hi.
and Adam has a little secret.
Yes, I remember you. You and oh, hello. Fira waves at them, but maintains a respectful distance.
Adam has a little secret. Do you want to explain, Adam?
Oh, yes. I
Tia is this detrimental to the mission?
It's more like the more we know about Adam, the safer we will be as a group. And he has been quite efficacious.
Oh,
That's
Alara,
the
you
right
are
word.
so kind.
Please, Adam.
Yeah. So I actually have 2 people living inside me. So I have a dragon that comes out every once in a while to live my life, so to speak.
And
Does that make sense?
That's definitely not a euphemism. You see, he has a way with words, and that way is terrible.
Tia, a dragon? So size of a horse, size of a house?
No, a dragon born.
Oh,
So size of a man. A very large man.
he says, can we say hi to him?
Sure, I guess.
One
Yeah.
question, Adam. This thing happens every time you change. You seem to burst into fire. I don't think.
Yeah,
this
that's not something that's not my choice.
Also, I don't think it's a very safe place to be
Bursting into
fire.
flames.
Where we'll
So-
be staying. By the way, we'll be staying here for the duration of our stay.
I'll keep that in mind. All right.
Perhaps
Yes,
there's.
Let's not reveal this in public.
Definitely. Perhaps we could have a look at the lodging situation. Put some.
So who's
stuff
the
down.
other person living inside you?
Oh, I don't actually know.
Bring him out. Bring him out.
I don't actually
At the
know.
time.
Tia says, what do you mean you don't actually know?
You see, he just appeared one day, and then the next thing I remember was I was seeing myself from like another point of view. It's really weird. It's really hard to explain. Have you ever had the feeling that you're in your own head, that you're living in like a small little room in your head?
He says, sometimes. Tia says, never.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like I get a back seat and watch somebody else play the game of my life. It's kind of like that.
You let someone else control your life.
Well, not so much let, more like he takes it.
And should you not
But-
take it back?
But sometimes I let him because, hey, being cooped up inside somebody else's head isn't always fun, right?
Tia turns to Alara. I am losing the thread of this argument.
I more often than not do as well. The point of the matter is, he is also a different person we call Balasar. Quite dangerous, very emotional. Keep your wits about you. He's very, very dangerous if he can be.
He's not. He's harmless. Don't worry.
When he can be. And
Just a
he's
little bit of
not.
Not such a nice person. Let's just put it that way.
He's not the best conversationalist. Shall we look at the living quarters?
Let's go.
Tia says, Alara, perhaps it would be advisable to not have this one living with us if it might go up in flames.
So far, it hasn't been that terrible. He seems to be coming to terms with this other entity.
no,
If
We picked this place because few questions are asked.
yeah,
But if you attack anyone on this premise... She glances around at the clientele.
he has been agreeable so far. It has
Hey,
been a
if-
boon to the fight many times.
If it makes you feel safer, if it makes you feel better, Tia, I could sleep in the alley.
That is not advisable. Anyway, if we can find a place that's safe enough, then Adam, if you feel like it, you may present Balthazar.
He says, well, just let us know if you're feeling dragony. A heads up is nice.
I'll definitely let you know for sure.
Podcast that's out of character. Is there anything else? No, I don't think so.
Ira is glancing between Ahi and Alara over and over again.
Why though?
And Tia brings it this way.
We
She leads you downstairs like a... The smell isn't particularly pleasant in this area with so many bodies cooped up together and enjoying drink that smells even worse. But it doesn't improve when you get below. Tia keeps to herself as she navigates through the various rooms below and comes to one that has the number 17 in front of it.
room number 17.
And then here Tia instructs you to pause for a while as she moves her fingers along the upper part of the door frame. You hear something click, and she removes something made with a spring and a sharp needle and such before repeating the process with the bottom part and the lock itself.
Whoa.
The door opens into a place that looks like can fit 8 people side by side in bedrolls.
Tiny room.
How
Pretty
how
big.
how
Yeah,
much
pretty
is this
tiny.
place?
What's that?
How much is this place per night?
We are settling it, do not worry.
Okay, this sounds alright. We're also going to meet Verity.
You will not, of course, appear rich in any way whatsoever.
Of course. I look at the other two and then think back. They won't appear rich. What am I talking about?
Yeah. Adam says out loud, couldn't even if we wanted to.
All right. Adam, is there anything that you need to do
Do
while
you
we
need
wait?
to store anything here?
Also,
No.
good.
I'm here to help you, so whatever you need help with. Like we split into teams, remember? So like
Do you need to store anything here?
no.
We don't have
we're-
anything heavy. Like, yeah.
Fira will leave her tent here.
She has a tent.
I mean,
What the hell?
ooh,
Well,
ooh.
it's a. You wouldn't call it a tent by Vithalano standards. It's highly do-it-yourself.
It's a
I
swag
leave.
bag.
I shall leave.
Got a tarp.
I shall leave. Oh no, I don't want to leave him here. It's okay. I walk over to Tia and I take out my cactus. Like, would it be okay if I left this little guy here?
This is an anomalous plant.
Yeah, he's my pet cactus.
What purpose does it serve?
Well, in times of dire need, I can eat him for nutrients.
I see.
Yeah.
She takes it and puts it. Which bedroll will you be occupying?
Any really. Just put me next to Fira. It's all right. Assuming she gets to sleep here. Which she should, because if she's not, I'm not sleeping here.
That puts the cactus on your bedroll.
Okay.
Speaking of random objects and things, Adam, where's Newt?
That's one of my concerns. I have no idea where he went or disappeared to.
How do we
I
find
asked-
him?
I asked Belisar, all he could tell me was he doesn't fucking care.
Of course. We do have some time before catching up with the others. What time is it? Out of character?
Catching up with the others? What's going on?
What time is it?
Okay, I will say now it's about 11.
If we make it out, we're supposed to meet up with Verity at the bread place, right?
12 factals?
Oh, 12 factors. We're supposed to meet up with Verity at 12 factals at noon. And then we can meet up with the rest who are doing other errands. I say the rest, I mean Rosa.
I see.
Do you have anything that you have to do?
Are you talking to me?
Tia and
Tia
I.
says, of course, I shall get back right on it immediately.
Good.
He nods. Yeah, I will. Good seeing you again, Alara.
Is he starting to get like peach fuzz on his head?
Yeah, let's say that.
She's gonna be like,
And also, says, Alara, could you use that sending of yours to send my mom over?
oh, of course. Yeah, I do that.
I wrote this sometime between yesterday and today. He passes you like a scrumple of paper. Just tell her that. 21 words, yeah?
Yeah. Is it 21 or 24? Jesus.
It's 25.
It's 25 words.
He got the
25.
number wrong, but oh well.
25 words.
You could fit an I love you in there.
Oh, okay. He adds like 4 more words then, and then like hands it back to you. You can see that many parts of the manuscript have been scribbled out and revised again and all that.
I grin at all the revisions because I know this happens a lot. I send the thing. Do I get anything back?
Right. Let me think about this. Because you send it immediately.
Yeah.
I guess you get the standard response from Ahi's mom with a whole lots of love, drink well, eat well, and then well, because this is you with the sending, so like there's a bit of awkward silence, which you suspect some things are not being said, but you convey the general message along. Nothing groundbreaking here.
Mm-hmm.
And also, she asks if she says she's recently made his room again, and
I relay this back, and then I go to him. You know, you're a grown man. I do understand you love your mother, but sometimes it just gets ridiculous.
Alara, you're one to talk.
Well, I have my mother problems of my own. We'll do something about your hair tonight, probably.
Have you spoken to your mom yet?
Nope.
Are you going to?
Nope. She can wait. She always does. Or I'll wait for her to start screaming about it. Either way, we'll be hearing from each other soon.
It'll be worse if she starts screaming first, you know?
Ideal. It's normal.
Right, how are you getting along with the others?
Perfectly fine, I think. This young man over here seems to think that I have nothing nice to say.
Well, that has been true.
I've been nice.
Most of the time.
Fira shocks. This whole place is weird. Alright, just find something to work on, get together, be friends, you know. Alright, I have to get going. Yeah. He leans over to give Alara a hug.
I hug.
Hey.
I'll see you tonight.
Ah.
We live in the same room, dude. We're nothing up.
Alright, I'll save you something.
Okay, and then we make our way. I think the Fira, Adam, and I will go to meet up with Verity.
Ooh, Alara,
Yeah.
you said I could have some like time off, right? Like I could do something if I want to do something.
Well, yeah, we do have probably an hour.
An hour's not gonna cut it though.
What?
Could I meet you guys back here at night?
Sure.
Thanks. That was surprisingly easy.
Don't get into trouble.
Are you in like a good mood today? Because you saw
Fira clamps a hand over Adam's mouth. Alright, we'll get going.
Okay. I watched them leave, I guess. And then, how long does it take from the sword and buckler to the 12 what's-its?
Let's see.
about as long as it took to get here.
Pretty much.
Like, does an hour cut it? Because I know that Hayes said we have to meet up at noon or something like that.
Alright, an hour with a faster carriage would do it.
You
Okay.
said evening.
Evening or noon?
He said noon.
I'm pretty sure I said evening.
Yeah,
No, then,
because
then
we
Kian,
can't-
remember Kian was like, but really, we woke up early in the morning, and then Mike was like 9, and then
Okay. It's like this. You guys can make it back there by noon. We can't.
Okay. So, would you say that we do have like an entire day to spend dicking around and letting the other team do their thing?
I think it's easier to say evening because it just doesn't make sense to rush back now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Evening.
evening makes sense.
Sounds good.
In that
That's
case,
why he is past Verity his lunch.
okay, that makes sense. In that case, as they leave, I'm going to look at Ahe and go, can you tell me about the job? What exactly you're doing?
Tia had the idea about it. I wasn't so much into it, but well, she knows how to get down with people. You know, all the talk that I don't get.
Yes, well, that's why we leave
Like-
her to it.
You can ask someone how their mom's doing, how the weather's going, and somehow there's a job in there, and she comes to tell me what we need to do later.
Uh-huh.
So, just had to go out and find the people to knock a few teeth from, this sort of thing.
Do you know who you're getting the job from?
Tia knows.
Seems a bit questionable. When are you due to do this job? Because I do have some
I
time.
already did it. Got paid.
Oh, and the next job?
Tia usually comes back at night and tells us what's the next new thing up.
Okay,
She keeps to the policy of don't do anything when there's light around and people can see you.
that's fair. We seem to have been making friends with the harmonium, which has been a boon, honestly. They've been good. And one of them seems to know the Mercy Killers as well, or at least an agent of.
Well, they are working together, aren't they? Three
Sometimes.
of them. I think the last one is the governors.
Governors, correct.
Yeah.
Do you remember how much the room rates for this place is?
Tia tells me it's less than a gold for the whole room a night. But well, she's saying a part of the work is working our keep as well.
Indeed. Well, since you have time.
Is it true what Tia says that we have to look in the mazes and all that?
Well, the thing is, our commander is missing, and I found out that the main person or thing here, the Lady of Pain, does not like the idea of worship. And there's
Worship?
Yeah.
I mean, Grandmaster Travas is the furthest thing from worship I can think of.
But he is a power.
He is?
Well, he does have power. Why else would he be missing?
I mean, he's a mage. I always figure at some point mages just pop themselves out of existence.
Not him. There's too much at stake with the Ark and everything. Can I...
Will Mom be okay?
Mom will be fine. She can take care of herself and your siblings as well.
Oh damn, I forgot to write. I think I need to write something to them as well.
You can take your time. I'll send it tomorrow. I might be a little bit tapped out. I have only one ready just in case. Let's do something about your hair. It's getting a bit fuzzy.
He leans down to let you touch as you need to.
Okay. So we do the usual thing while talking. What? It's his fault. Okay. Can you tell me anything else? Maybe some information?
What sort of stuff? I mean, my head's just been hurting since I was here. I mean, I thought Vithalanos was big.
Vithalanos is small. Come to see.
Okay, so what do you want to learn about? I mean, Tia knows more things, but I'll try.
From your perspective, you're a little bit more trusting than Tia. Your ulterior motives are different. Who have you spoken to, if at all? Have you made friends with the bartender? You know, you're good at that.
I mean, I've spoken around, but thing is, this ain't like Vithalanos. Like, the whole military camaraderie thing doesn't work. You need coin. You need coin for everything. I'm not so much good with coin. I mean, I made a few friends the first day, then Tia shouted at me for losing most of our money. Then, yeah, she handles the money now.
Of course. Yes, you've never been good with money. Alright. Would you like to follow us around for a day or keep doing work with here?
I'd like to. Yeah, I like that.
Well, it's going to be a while. I think we'll be staying here until the evening. Maybe I could rest a little bit. You could take me around the place. Do they have baths here or anything like that?
His eyes look down. It's like, I don't really quite feel the same about water here. I mean, this is a sellsword place, so mostly get and go and business, all that. I hear there are nicer places around elsewhere.
Well, for a gold, we could get a pretty nice place in the Ladies' Ward. But of course, it won't be as good when it comes to information, I feel. You know.
Don't tell Tia, but I think I lost quite a lot of my gold on the first day.
What did you do?
Lots of pickpockets around.
Ah, okay. I think we could move to the 12 fractals tomorrow, perhaps. We'll just gain more from this place, see what we can do with any information that I can glean.
Sure, but again, be careful who you talk to. I'm trying to keep to myself here.
Well, you can point out who Tia has wavered away from, so to speak.
Also, any idea why it's such a bad thing to say we're from, where we are from?
Not entirely sure. Verity and Hayes know where we are from, but I think unless we're asked for that information explicitly, you may just give the name Vitalanos. No mention of Ark.
Because, well, I thought about it, and the slave master seems to have some history with the harmonium folk.
Ah, okay. I continue shaving his head, and I go, apparently he was one of the harmonium, and he left, and they don't look kindly on people who leave their little
Yeah, I can
brotherhood.
imagine, but I mean, would they have records of his service or something?
No, I never actually asked. Apparently now he's public enemy #1 to them. But
do you think there's a point in looking into this? I mean, I never really knew the slave master that much, but I think Tia said information is key or something, and well, she's fixed on the grandmaster, but me thinks maybe we can do something from this end too.
I agree. For me, the grandmaster might be a bit out of our reach at the moment. Kavros perhaps a little bit closer, but we're in no way and in no position to make any waves, which is why I'm doing as much as I can to help.
Do you think your harmonium friends can help?
Eventually, if they feel that it might work in their favor. This place feels a lot like Vithalanos.
You're saying that, yeah. But I mean, they have angels walking around. Well, flying, something. And I mean, I feel like asking them what heaven is like and whether good people go there and all that, but Tia tells me it's not a good idea.
Well, I think everybody here would have some kind of history. But eventually we'll make friends. But at the moment,
I mean, Verity, I mean, if you see some angel person, I just wonder if they know where all your relatives are and ancestors and all that.
Out of character, does Alara know if Ahe is like a religious person or?
Ahe not really, but as in, the whole wistful thinking of is heaven real and all that.
Oh yeah, he's such a dumb. Oh, that's yeah. Okay. She's sort of like
I mean, because you're the religious person, so he looks to you to answer any of these things and like.
What is religion though? Okay, she goes, well, every religion is different. Those angels might not even be great people, great beings. So I doubt they would know either. But if we meet one, that's nice. I'm sure they'll let you ask all the questions.
Okay, I'll think on it. He sits down, lets you continue do your work.
And I think that's all we do essentially until about
Yeah.
like 3
Okay,
o'clock.
moving on to the other group, Hayes
Yes.
and Rusa and Sagal.
All right.
How long did it take to reach there from the sword?
Question: does Sagal know what we're meant to be doing and why we're doing it?
He seems to, or at least he's not asking any questions to that regards.
Okay. Have we explained
It takes
to him?
about another hour or so to get to the Bottle and Jug Tavern at H18.
That's not that long. I was expecting like 2 hours. Okay, anyway,
Maybe
on the
because
right.
the streets here aren't as crowded.
Oh, that's good. That means it's pretty stable to write stuff, right?
Yeah, but like,
Okay. Yeah, so Rose is going to take out her notebook and try to scribble stuff about this coach that they're on. So I think, yeah, Kip has something to say if I open the book.
Oh, Ada, when you passed him the book for him to keep up with like what happened while he was Belisar,
right?
He wrote like a little note in like one of the more in basically the page where you wrote all the updates. Like at the bottom in the corner, it's like thank you for dinner.
She blinks. And she wonders, did she buy dinner? Then she remembers about shoving into Balassa's mouth. Huh, I guess he notices that. That's weird. I thought he doesn't notice anything. She continues on and starts scribbling about the coach. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So from what you can tell of this coach so far, well, you can hear faint jingling inside. Presumably, there's a compartment where the coins and such are kept.
Coin compartments. Okay.
Yeah. Not that you can discern from where you are inside the passenger compartment. It's quite sturdy and quite reinforced metal as well, so it's quite safe. The metal itself is fairly smooth, and you're pretty sure it's not common steel.
Okay, but I don't have any detect magic.
Okay. Is Hayes saying anything to Sagal or such or whatever? Any of you conversing on the way?
Hayes will explain why we're tracking down Zigzag, because he's giving out the keys, and that's
wrong.
No, it's leading to lost people ending up in camp. What's it called?
So we just tell him to stop?
Sorry?
So we just tell him to stop?
Yes.
I can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
Indeed. This one does not foresee our task being overly difficult.
All right. The carriage pulls to a stop, and again, like the slot is open for you to put your coins in.
Hayes will pay 1 silver.
Hey, Rosie's the 1 silver, she'll follow suit.
And then
Since it's pay as much as you want, right?
Yeah.
Oops. Right.
Sagal sniffs again at the carriage before stepping away from it and looking at the bottle and jug. Okay. Now it's just past afternoon.
Yes.
So he goes, this is the place where they have the fights, isn't it? Are we going in?
Is known for fight? Yes, this is the place that's known for fights.
Wait, known for fights or when they had the fight? What was his exact words again?
It's an open secret that there's a boxing arena behind
I
closed
see.
doors.
Okay.
Of
Okay.
course the outsiders wouldn't know this, but Hayes would probably know.
Yes.
Oh, fight. So Rose is gonna ask him what fights.
Sagal goes, boxing matches, that sort of thing. Letting steam off.
Oh, so they place bets and all.
Place bets, participate, that sort of thing. I mean, it's still on the lighter side of entertainment where it goes.
I see. That's very interesting. Okay.
This is where Zigzag has gone to find those who are, and then Hayes will do the quotation marks things, ready and willing. I think the director put it. Come, he is here.
Wonder. I mean, drunk people will say yes to anything. Not. Well, going in.
Yes, we go in.
As in, you go in and it looks like. Well, there's some pause as people turn and see like the harmonium uniform and all that. Is Hayes in uniform?
Yes, he would be.
There's a pause there as people seem to consider what to make of this. You seem to have interrupted some kind of a betting session going on. It's like people are holding up various shits, as in CHIT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As in, they seem to be making like, I'll bet 5 silvers on with a company.
Hayes will look for the bartender that we spoke to.
There's about 30 people there at the moment.
Yes, but he'll look for the bartender that we spoke to the previous day. Like, were we here yesterday or was that the day before?
So Hayes disregards what's interrupting, just looks for the bartender.
Yes, like they all stop and Hayes just like looks away.
Okay, right. They continue on. They look around, they look at Sagal, and Sagal just shrugs. And after they determine that he's apparently not a mercy killer or such, they continue their business. Rose doesn't get so much as a glance.
It's okay.
Probably their eyeline didn't even reach her.
Yeah.
Say the fellow there.
I'll bet 7 silver on a newcomer.
Can we see who are fighting?
You can't. There's no fight. There's no fighting going on in this main room, but seems there's a flurry of betting going on. The bartender is like a little calm oasis amidst all the greed and people getting worked up and such.
Okay.
He looks in your direction as you come. Back so soon.
Indeed. We are still looking for that creature that was giving out those keys. Has he returned since?
You wouldn't believe it, but yes.
What time?
It keeps coming back in all these ridiculous disguises that's fooling no one and talking about how it dropped or lost something and needs to get it back just so it can sell it back to people or something.
When does this occur? We seek to put a stop to it.
Wait around, he'll come around eventually.
Very well.
When was the last time he was here? Rose asked.
Couple hours ago.
Oh, you mean after he got stabbed, he did come back again?
Yes, wearing disguise don't fool anyone. I mean, I don't see the appeal of it, but some folks here are finding it to be part of the additional entertainment.
He's pretty stubborn. All right.
Well, imps usually are.
Okay, Rose is gonna turn to Zagal. Since he's been here quite recently, I'm sure you can find him.
Place stinks, but yes, I can. I can just follow the brimstone.
All right. So she's going to look at Hayes and says, "Should we get going?"
Very well. Let us do so.
Right. Sagal sniffs and sort of drops to all fours and this gets a few weird looks around here, but some shrug. One of them looks at Hayes. That one's not exactly human, is it? Not hobgoblin.
No, that one is not.
Certified?
Rose is gonna put 2 copper pieces on the counter and say, "Do you have like any small buns or bread? Just something light."
We don't exactly serve the light stuff here, but here have some water.
Not even a fruit.
The guy asked Hayes whether Sagal fights, was it?
Yeah.
Hayes remembers back to when they fought Sagal on the other plane.
Mm-hmm.
He is capable of defending himself. Yes, but he does not fight.
Shame. I mean, bring them round, have a few bets, sort of thing. Good fun.
Perhaps we
Anyway,
will come back to spectate later. I think Hayes will let Rose and Sagal do most of the tracking, and he'll just like watch out for potential danger, which is unlikely to come by, but you never know.
okay. I'll say Rosa doesn't really have much to track on since flying thing.
And also it's magical.
Yeah.
Probably teleports also.
Sagal just like sniff around and slowly start making his way along Lot's Lane
We follow.
towards H16.
H16.
This is the venue of the Gatehouse Night Market, where it tends to shift around the hive, but it's like a counterpart to the Great Bazaar itself.
I see.
Here, almost anything can be bought, or if you're lucky enough, or if you know the right connections and the right terms to bring them out. It's middle of the day, so there isn't exactly a market right now, but there's like parts where stalls have been abandoned and such, either from people coming to return or from people not planning to return.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no shortage of scavengers here who are picking through the remains of last night's sales or discards.
Makes sense.
Okay, so it's pretty empty.
Yeah. Once again, you're treated to the sights and smells of the hive district around you. Water and such congealing the ground with strange colorations. People just randomly throwing stuff off the roofs and out the windows, adding to the trickle along the streets. Sagal doesn't seem bothered by this, but it looks like the night market region we're going through is like the zone of hoarders and such, and there's like a small little maze of containers and supply crates and abandoned stores being formed. And they don't look too happy about new people intruding in.
Do they do anything? Or do they just like side-eye us aggressively?
Because you're harmless.
Where is Hayes wearing the badge?
What does the outfit look like? Is it just like robes?
Well, okay, imagine the street people or homeless people, but of the kind that could probably shank you in an instant if they needed to.
No, I meant the uniform. Like, what is the uniform like?
Okay.
Oh, but Hayes is topless, right?
Hayes is a special lizard folk, so you can put it wherever and however he wants.
Okay, it's probably on his shoulder.
Okay.
Yes.
One of them, like a rather gnarled fellow who seems to be malnourished, shouts at the lot of you. Get out of here, hardheads. This isn't your place.
Hearing that, Hayes will take off the badge and stow it like somewhere else. Like, oh crap, I'm wearing this. I should not wear this now, probably.
Why you lot want this out turf?
Don't mind us.
Is he still yelling, or did he come over?
Yelling from where he is, and he seems he's backed up by a few others that share similar sentiments.
Okay.
Rose is going to try to wait a bit. It's like, don't mind us. Just passing through. We'll be gone soon.
Does he respond to that?
And there's a small little makeshift barricade of some sorts to like this area. Like it seems that either people want to set up shop again tonight, or stop people from getting into picking through the same stuff you're doing. It's blocking your way. You could decide to move around and ignore the night market area altogether, but Sagal's nose is currently pointing here.
I see. And these guys, like the stuff belongs to these guys, or
As in,
or is it just kind of?
imagine a little fortress of junk.
Okay, how far are they from us? Are they at the entrance or?
I mean, some are shouting from atop their fort. Some are shouting from the barricade in front, but yeah, they've noticed you.
Okay. Shall we ask them?
Hayes will approach the one that was shouting at us.
Yeah, he stands his ground, arms folded, like his teeth are in a bad state, and well, it looks like he's had quite a few scars from swinging and going around business as hive people do.
We are looking for a strange imp, which we believe is what's the word for it? Distributing dangerous portal keys.
What's that got to do any of us? Find somewhere else to look.
Our tracker has led us here. Will you allow us through?
Try again after the market, maybe. Not while we're here.
Very well. Where is Sagal now?
Sagal is sort of standing by your side, just patiently waiting to see what you do. Orders?
Come, Sagal. We shall return to the sword and to the bottle and jug. Is that what it's called?
Shouldn't we go in?
Yes.
Can't we go in?
They will not permit us entry, and this one does not wish to fight them.
So we're gonna wait for him.
Yes.
All right.
The barkeep says he always returns. We have no reason to believe otherwise.
Well, hopefully he'll return before we have to go back.
Indeed. Okay. To Hayes' knowledge, do lost people, do like prime folk often get roped into the fights in the bottle and jug?
The stupid ones, yes.
Yes.
Well, if you got roped into a fight, you're probably stupid or strong.
Perhaps we shall spectate in the brawls.
Okay, and right, I think this is where we pause for tonight.
All right. Thank you.
What?
Yay!
The night is young. The night is young.
The mystique. I want to know what Adam is doing.
Fights to be had. Fight.
Oh, what was Adam planning to do?
Oh, I'm going to find
The fellow
Chaos Man?
asked the thing to.
I'm going to find a lady called Strader. at the
Oh.
Interplanar Importers, daughter of sensate lady who runs the place, vague directions not far from City Court. Yes.
Right.
Oh, okay. Not far from City Court is good. It's near the where you are.
Yeah, it's basically
we
the
slept.
one that we talked about just now.
Yeah, it's near the factions. The
It's
factals.
near where Verity got burned. I don't know. It's not
Wow.
burned. It's-
You
No.
got burned. Verity did not get burned.
I
He
got
didn't get
burned.
burned.
Yes.
He just had to talk to his boss while his boss was upset.
Sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Verity
But he
got
wasn't upset
collat-
at Verity, so that's
got-
okay.
Verity got collateraled.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I
on the other
don't think it
hand,
was
Fira
that
got
bad.
angry with you. It's like,
No,
you know,
he's just being stern. Verity.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
alright.
Like
It's
I don't think it was a
his
real.
boss is not in a good mood.
I shall make my leave and do not ask about Kurok.
Kurok.
Kurok,
Yes,
Kurok, Kurok.
I thought it would be funny if, like, before they Kurok, and then continue walking out, just like one hour, 1 hour is up. Guess I have to do the thing. Let's see how he reacts.
That's gonna ruin the
funny.
thing. No.
and with the chanting of Kurok, I think we should say goodbye to everybody watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you,
Thank
and we'll
you.
see you next
Bye.
week on Tuesday.
Yes.
Bye.
But
Next
why?
Tuesday, yep.
But why?
Okay, see ya.